So, to start off the video, I have a story, right? Story goes as follows. So, you have Bob, and you have Lucas. How does Bob go about his rest days, right? He wakes up at 11. He decides, today I'm resting, so I'll just sit in bed, roll to my side, scroll on Instagram, right? Or on TikTok. Okay. Then at some point around 1:30, he decides, okay, fine, I guess I have to get the day started, right? So he starts his day. What does he do? He goes downstairs. He does like a half-ass stretch. Splashes his face a little with water. Okay, cool. Then, what does he do? He moves from the bed to the couch. Yeah, but it's okay, I'm resting. What does he do? He turns on Netflix, watches a few movies, laughs through his nose, goes like a every 30 minutes or so, because he's watching some idiot show. Like Family Guy or something. Then decides, but I'm hungry. Okay. Oh, but it's my rest day. Okay, fine, I'll allow myself to eat something nice. What does he do? He orders in. What does he order? Subway. Okay. What does he get? A foot long. Okay. What's in this foot long? The worst shit imaginable. Okay. He eats the Subway. After this, what happens? 2 hours go by. Has not moved from the couch. His ass is glued to the couch. He says, low-key, I could eat some more. What does he do? He goes in the kitchen, gets some ice cream, right? Oh, but I'm resting. That means I have to let my mind rest too, right? Okay. Then, now it's like 7. Oh, I'm hungry. Okay. Oh, but I'm resting. Okay, fine. Let's make something, enjoyable again. You see, and then it goes on and on until he goes to sleep at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., right? Oh, but I'm resting. Today I rested. Okay. Then you have Lucas, right? Lucas starts his day off, right? 8 a.m., 7, 8 a.m., wakes up immediately, jumps off his bed, splashes his face, does a few push-ups. Okay, cool. Get the blood running, get the blood flowing. In that mode, right? Cool. Okay, what does he do? Doesn't touch his phone. Goes downstairs. Awesome. Yeah, let's make some breakfast. Like every other day, 5, 6 eggs, some fruits. Cool, okay, awesome, yeah. Some honey. Okay, yeah, no, this is good, yeah. Then, what does he do? Does he sit on the couch? No. He works. He works a bit. Maybe a bit less than usual, but he works. He works on whatever he's aspiring to do. Then he takes a break, gets some lunch. Now it's 12. 12 to 1, right? Gets some lunch. What does he get? He makes something. What does he make? Chicken, rice. Regular stuff he's eating the whole week. Why? Because he has a goal. But anyway, eats his lunch. Then he's like, okay, fine, I'm full. Awesome. What do we do now? Let's go outside. Let's go for a walk. I really wanted to go on a hike today. Let's go on a hike. Goes out into the city, walks a bit. Okay. Goes up, goes to a park, finds a trail, goes on this trail, explores. Still has not touched his phone. Still hasn't touched his phone. Goes on the trail. Eventually he reaches the peak. Sits there, meditates. enjoys the view. Cool, nice. This is great, yeah. He has his little journal with him. He journals. Okay, awesome, yeah. Then what does he do? He comes back down, has some dinner. Again, something not crazy, something that he made with his nice hands, right? Something not super calorically dense. And then he says, okay, well, I had a nice rest day. Goes into bed around 10. Cool. And then, you see, what I wanted to make, the point I wanted to make with the story was, many of you are taking Bob's approach, right? What's wrong with this? A rest day doesn't mean that you just let go or you pull the plug. It just means that you let your body rest. Okay, that doesn't mean that you just sit at home and basically waste your day, does it? No, you put it towards something. You put the hours that you would have been in the gym or you would have been training towards something that you enjoy, right? Your whole, in relation to the title of this video, your whole routine is faulty. Why do I say this? Because your approach to your routine is completely faulty. Your rest day is slop. Your rest day is basically you letting go. What's wrong with this? Resting doesn't mean, recovery doesn't mean that you just sit at home. Fine, whatever. You can take a break from work, that's fine. But that doesn't mean that you replace that with complete slop like Instagram or Netflix or fucking video games, porn, whatever you want. I consider all those the same thing, in a way. Why? Because it triggers your dopamine. It triggers you're happy, right? You're fulfilled. Are you fulfilled, really? Like let's say you were to step back, right? Step back from your life, look at it from an outsider view. Is this the kind of guy that like has everything figured? No. Tomorrow will you wake up a millionaire? No. No, you won't. That's the sad truth. Your recovery approach is completely faulty because you don't have to work on your recovery, but you still have to do something, right? So that you don't completely fry your fucking brain. Working something that you enjoy doesn't have to be that big of a deal. If you're working and it's tiring for you, it's because you're doing something that you don't enjoy. If you really do love what you're doing, then you will take the time to do it, right? Same way Lucas went on a hike because he really wanted to. He wanted to explore this part of the city. He wanted to say, okay, fine, yeah, whatever. I want to, let's do something different today. Let's do something that I don't usually do. Took a hike. You know, there's the expression like, yeah, go take a hike, whatever. That expression is actually not so bad. It means, yeah, go fuck yourself. But like, if you really think about it, a hike is not so bad. You're using your legs, not bad. But that's the thing, you keep yourself active. That's the great part. What did I do yesterday, right? Because yesterday was technically my rest day, since it was a Sunday, and my friends were asking me, yeah, you know, we should go to the beach. I was like, oh, awesome. They proposed some beach here nearby. I was like, you know what, guys? Why don't we go to a beach that's like a bit further, but it's a lot better. They were like, yeah, no, I like that. We got to the train station and the tickets were gone and the next train was at 3, it was 11. I essentially said, okay, how about we go to another beach that is more reachable? We got on a train, we went to this beach, we walked a bit, but that's the thing, we enjoyed, we had fun, we had some snacks, but not like shitty snacks. We had peanuts, man. Peanuts are not, they are not the enemy compared to whatever the fuck else you're eating, right? Oh, but they're high in fat. Okay, fuck you, you're high in fat. The fuck? You're not here to rule my life. You can choose to listen to what I have to say, but you have to have an open mind. Anyway, we walked. It was nice. As you can tell, I got a bit sunburnt, but that's fine. I had fun yesterday. I had lots of fun. It was a journey, it was an experience. Fill your life with experiences. Fill your rest days with experiences. Why? Because it makes your day and your time a lot more valuable. Your whole approach to your rest and recovery is completely fucked. Why? Because you keep choosing pleasure, but not the kind of pleasure that comes from going on a hike or going on a little adventure, even if you consider, I don't know, going on a walk. If you're glued to your couch the whole day, you are experiencing nothing except for other people's lives. Do you know how sad of a reality that is? That is so sad. Think about it. You're sat there scrolling, see this rich millionaire, 21-year-old, with a Lambo. Okay, fine, whatever, it's rented. You can argue that. He's still in a Lambo though. You aren't. You're glued to your couch. Because you have this mentality that, I shouldn't do anything hard on my rest day. It's not hard. It really isn't hard. All you have to do is go out there. Go out there, make an experience for yourself. What did I do the day before? What did I do on Saturday, right? And the only reason I didn't film yesterday on Sunday was because, you see, I got home at 9. I decided, okay, I haven't eaten the whole day, but I'm not really hungry. I showered, I went to bed. I was sunburnt as fuck. I did not feel like it. I meditated. I was like, you know what? Today's not the day. I'm in pain. I've got nothing to say. I'm fried. Maybe not the best recovery approach when it comes to diet, but hey, I'm lean, you're not. You don't tell me shit. Overall, I had fun yesterday. What did I do on Saturday? I woke up, I came down, usual, breakfast, awesome. Then I went to see a friend, I worked a bit, I worked on my project. Then I came home, I called my mother, we talked. Then I was like, you know what? I want to train, but I don't want to do the usual training. So what did I do? You see, I have recently come up with this love for rock climbing. So what did I do? I found a rock climbing gym. I asked a friend, I was like, hey, you go rock climbing, right? He's like, yeah. I was like, what's the gym you usually go to? He was like, oh, that one. So I went by myself. You don't have to have a group either. You can just go by yourself. Nothing's stopping you. No one's stopping you. No one's gonna look at you and be like, oh, fucking loser. Oh, he's alone. No one cares. No one cares. No one cares. I went, I had lots of fun. I made some friends there because I feel like, even an activity, right? When you put your time towards an activity, especially something that's not necessarily group-based, but there are people there, you have no choice but to socialize, right? Especially something like rock climbing. And especially if you're a beginner, right? Which I am. I must say, I'm a beginner. I'm not, awesome at everything, although I do try to get to that point. I went there, holy voice crack. I went there, I had some fun. I really couldn't do this one, climb, let's say. I don't know the technical term, apologies. I couldn't do this climb, and there was this 14, 15-year-old there with his other friend. I was like, yo, brother. He's like, yeah, what's up? I have no clue how to start this climb because I'm a big guy. Like this guy was, taller, yes, skinnier, yeah, had a little less weight on him, but I'm a bulkier guy. For me, my center of gravity is just here, So I got there, I put my hands like this, and then I was like, okay, now what? And then he just did it, and I was like, whoa. You did that in 30 seconds. He's like, yeah, man, you just gotta shift your weight, blah, 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 all these technical terms. I tried, sadly I couldn't, but it's okay. Point is, I tried. And that was an experience for me. Then I moved on to another one, did it. Then I moved on to another one. And now I have this project in my mind, which next time I go, I will be able to achieve A, B, and C. It's all about goals, even if they're little goals, even if they're little fun goals that are personal to you, right? Point is that you doing something a bit physical, a bit out of the norm is not bad at all, because you have a different experience every day. And I feel like that's part of life. You have to enjoy your life. And part of life is not just enjoying the little things, as people say, but enjoying new things, right? I feel like that's the beauty. But anyway, back to the title of this video. Your approach to recovery has to be structured, right? It doesn't have to be, okay, I pulled the plug. It has to be more, okay, today, what am I doing? I'm living the exact same way that I have lived the rest of these days, although I'm not gonna do the strenuous physical exercise. Cool. What am I gonna do with those 2-3 hours instead? Should I paint? Should I draw? What should I do? Do I put it towards something I enjoy? Yes, absolutely. You just have to make that choice. I can't make it for you. I can suggest, although I can't make that choice for you, can I? Because what if I suggest something and you don't like it? Okay, great. I think you should try rock climbing. You don't want to do it? Fine, cool. Try something else. Paint. Go out to a park and paint. I guarantee you it's better than looking at Instagram and being like, yeah. Another thing you could do, cooking. You could try cooking, right? Obviously, within the bounds of something that's not super calorically dense. Obviously, a cheat meal isn't gonna kill you, right? If you wanna make cinnamon rolls, go ahead. Point is that you make them yourself, right? So it's rewarding at the end of it when you're like, my nice hands made this, yeah. This is cool, yeah. It's not the same as ordering Cinnabon, because yeah, fine, the outcome may be the same, the product may be the same. The process was you learning how to do it, you watching a video or reading a recipe, and now you know how to make that thing for life, right? Well, maybe not for life, but you know how to make it, right? You know, you're one step closer to mastering it, which is great. I have a passion for baking. I have a passion for cooking. What do I do now? Sometimes when I'm very bored on my rest days, or even not, in my free time, I start wondering, what are some cuisines I haven't tried yet? There was a while where I really got into Indian cuisine. Why? Because my girlfriend got me a book. She got me a cookbook, which was all about curries. I got into doing that. I got into reading these recipes. But obviously, you know, since not every, let's say ingredient is readily available, you start to get creative. You use your brain, right? Obviously, sometimes you Google, you wonder, what can I use instead of tamarind, right? For example, tamarind is a spice. Tamarind is a spice that has similar properties to lemon or lime. So what did I do? I got ingenious. I got creative and I went and bought a lime to simulate, let's say, or to get a little closer to that taste that the tamarind gives. My point with all of this that I'm saying is structure your rest days around something you enjoy, not something that is cheap. And by cheap, I mean cheap dopamine, like having a wank, watching some TV, scrolling on TikTok. All these things that are keeping you, right, docile and a little bitch, if we're really being honest. Because you're not out there like everyone else getting what you actually enjoy, right? Most people sit at home and do nothing. And that's the very sad truth. Not many people are enjoying the nature that they have around them. I understand if you're in a city where there's not much nature, whatever, dude. Go out, explore the city, take a different route where you go, wherever you go. Every day, try going a different way, find out something. Maybe you find some cool food spot on your way. Maybe you find a grocery store, who knows? Maybe you find a specific thing that you're like, wow, that is really cool. I don't know, let's say you collect stickers, you find a cool sticker, you take a picture of the sticker. Whatever your hobby is, you might find something on the way that you really enjoy. So, to end the video, I just want to give you a word of advice. Replace your goon time, right? And goon in this sense can mean cheap dopamine. Let's just leave it at that. Replace your cheap dopamine time with stuff you actually enjoy or stuff you would like to get into, simply because it's gonna make your life 10 times better, and I fucking guarantee you, you can absolutely ask me for money if it doesn't, but you have to actually, stick to your word and do it. I would be glad to pay you if you are not 10 times happier after you've done this thing for more than 3 months, and whatever the thing is, you do not feel happier in the end. Thank you. God bless.